Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 354. Please subscribe. And before we get started in today's lesson, I'm going to go back to our relevant thought of what am I? And we're going to cover paragraphs 2 and 3 because they blend in very well with today's lesson. Every paragraph blends in with the lesson, so this isn't a stretch, just to let you know. All right. So paragraph 2 begins, our use for words is almost over now. And this is a phrase that we have had before as we've continued through and progressed through this workbook. We've been told many times, our use for words is almost over. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Yet in the final days of this 1 year we gave to God together, you and I, we found a single purpose that we shared. Now let us remember that this is the elder brother. This is Jesus speaking to us. The single purpose that we share, the one we share with Jesus. And thus you joined with me, so what I am, you are as well. The truth of what we are is not for words to speak of nor describe, because words can't. There are no words that are sufficient to convey the truth, the glory, the magnificence, the radiance of who we are, of who Jesus the Christ is. There are no words to describe God. In an earlier lesson, it said, we say God is, and then we cease to speak. It's the same here. The truth of what we are is not for words to speak of or describe. There are no words, which is why our use for them is almost complete. Yet, we can realize our function here, and words can speak of this and teach it too, if we exemplify the words in us, if these words are true to us. But I'm going to make it very simple. If we walk our talk, it's very easy, and we've seen many who do this, that they can speak beautifully of this course, or of a spiritual path, or of a religion, or any ideology, but then they don't exemplify it in their deeds. They can speak of it, but they cannot follow through on it. But we can, as we speak of these truths, of this glorious path, of this way to find God, to come home, to find peace. As we speak of that, we can follow that. We can be that change. We can be the bringers of peace. We can be the ministers and the messengers of and for God. We can, and we can use words for that purpose and that purpose only. We are the bringers of salvation. We accept our part as saviors of the world, which through our joint forgiveness is redeemed. Forgiveness depends on me. Forgiveness, salvation of the world depends on me. My function here is to forgive. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. We accept our part. And through our joint forgiveness, this world is redeemed. We bring this world about and back to its truth, and we experience it together with all of the sonship. And this, our gift, is therefore given us. Whatever we give, we receive. We look on everyone as brother and perceive all things as kindly and as good. We do not seek a function that is past the gates of heaven, because there is none. At the gates of heaven, all is complete, all is whole. There is nothing left to do. We merely be. We are indeed beings, spiritual beings, then, not human doings. There's not a function for us past the gates of heaven. Knowledge will return when we have done our part. We are concerned only with giving welcome to the truth. Today's lesson is, we stand together, Christ and I, in peace and certainty of purpose. We have one joint purpose together now, and in him is his creator as he is in me. This These three lines speak so beautifully of the interconnectedness between our Father, our brother, and us, the Holy Spirit. We are all interconnected. We are like, and I've used this example before, interconnected concentric circles. And it's a circle because a circle is whole and complete with no ending and no beginning. It simply is. We are within that circle. We can say circle of life if we want to. So we are in that oneness. There is only oneness. My oneness with the Christ, this is the prayer portion. My oneness with the Christ establishes me as your son, beyond the reach of time and wholly free of every law but yours. What is God's law? The law of love. And that is all that I need to know. The law of love. We return together with the law of love, solidly and completely within our mind and our being and our heart. We are returning with the law of love. I have no self except the Christ in me. Lesson 167, there is one self, and that I share with God. There is I have no self except the Christ in me, and that one self is also the self that Christ and I share together with God. I have no purpose but his own, and he is like my Father. Thus I must be one with you as well as him. There is, again, this is the oneness. There is no separate self. We are as like to our Father and as we are to our brother. We are all joined in to this oneness. There's no separation. This is the great information that is dawning upon our minds, that we are one. We always have been, and we're coming home to that awareness that there's no separation for any of us. Thus must I be one with you as well as him. For who is Christ except your Son, as you created him? I am as God created me. We are God's son, God's child, as he created us. And what am I except the Christ in me? What am I? Our relevant thought. What am I? The Christ in me. That is what I am. I am the extension of my Father. I am whole and complete and perfect and sinless and guiltless and loved beyond measure. That's what I am. That's what we are. And that's it for today. I hope it helped. I hope it made sense. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment, please smile, please breathe. It feels good to breathe. And just pray for this dawning upon our minds. The truth will dawn upon us. Let that be today. Namaste.